ahead and start. Thank you guys for having me. My topic is making history and connections in the Globe community, and I'm thankful for this opportunity. It was actually last year at the Denver, Colorado annual meeting where this idea came about. Again, I am a teacher. I just started this year at my school teaching STEAM. I started the program. Prior to that, I was a third grade teacher, and I said all of the students need to have what I've been teaching with Globe. And so my district agreed, and we started this program, and I am actually a special that all 1,000 students come through now, and I teach kindergarten through 5th graders. And I'm very thankful for that opportunity. But again, I said, a teacher can do it. And so when we were talking about the regional meetings, I said, why not do it in my town? Again, I've been pushing the Globe programming and wanting to make it bigger in my town, and what better way than to bring out teachers and Globe representatives to be a part of professional development. So that's how it all got started. I actually, as our speaker, wanted to really focus on connections, and so I thought, what better person than a media person? So I invited a friend of mine that I knew from 24 Media, who does a lot of the local news in Ohio, and he came out and talked to us about how to tell our story. And again, as Globe representatives, I think it's so important for us to be out there and telling what great things we're doing, just like we're doing at this meeting today. And so he really started us off and talked about how we could make connections. We passed this Globe around because, again, I am an elementary teacher, so I had to add those parts into our NARM. And the speaker was just great at getting everyone to start sharing. In fact, there's quite a few people in the audience that were at my NARM, over 7 of you here. So raise your hands if you were part of the NARM in Ohio, okay? And they know we stood up and started sharing, and some of these things weren't even professional things. We said it was so important to really reach the personal level. And most of the time, it was a 2-day meeting. You don't start off the first day at that level, but we achieved that. And people felt very comfortable in sharing. And throughout the whole 2 days, we started sharing more openly about, again, the professional side, but also personal, how we could connect. We had formal educators, informal educators. We also had a lot of people that were Globe trained or very versed in Globe, and then also people completely new to Globe. So it was a great collaboration. I had my local library a part of it. In fact, that was one of the sites that we went to, and it was on a fort ground along our Maumee River. And again, another connection that I've made through this process of Globe was my soil and water department was there as well to be trained as an informal educator. And I also had our Environmental Protection Agency, Ohio EPA, came and even shared a grant writing session, because I've written a grant for Ohio EPA and got over $45,000 for my school district. So that's been pretty cool to see the connections and people saying, oh, we could write a grant for this. In fact, I had people from my city there too, and you'll see how the municipalities have been a part of this process for me as well. During the event, and one of these teachers is here today, there were 2 teachers that were trained to become Globe trainers, so to take Globe out into their community. So Sarah Fight is here, and she was trained and is now a Globe trainer. And then again, my mayor was there, and I now work with my MS4 coordinator, which really works on preserving wetlands in our community, and he just gets on board for everything that I do, and we've been a big connection. In fact, they asked me this summer to write an EPA grant for the city. I don't know how that happened, but it just keeps growing, and people keep coming to me and saying, can we do this? So another thing that I loved to see was getting people trained in the protocols. And so we had a lot of options of what they could be trained in. They were able to look at atmosphere, pedosphere, biosphere, and hydrosphere. So we went out on the water. This is our Maumee River at a park there. We also, again, formed those connections as we were doing our excursions. We went to a water treatment plant, and we also went to a nature center where I had planted over my 100 trees. The Erin project was there with Lisa. She helped bring out the Terra rover, and we measured air temperature and surface temperature. And one of the participants after this has already gotten a rover, and he's at an urban farm in Columbus, Ohio, and is doing great things already. Excite Learning, Jody Haney was there. And again, we have the My NASA data that was there. She's here as well. And Project Prairie from our Toledo Zoo shared about planting prairies on school grounds and working with teachers. And then after the event, of course, I wanted a survey to get their feedback, and some of the things that were said were amazing. One had said they were at other Globe meetings, but this was her favorite. Again, because we had those personal connections and those things that really created it to be more than just about the protocols, even though that's what we're about. But we talked about the heart, too, and that kindness that needs to play into it. Some of the other things was a sense of like-minded educators, hands-on learning, the Globe resources, sharing the stories that we were able to share in our experiences together, taking tours and going outdoors with excited people. Some people had kind of lost that drive as teachers, and they got it reignited by being a part of this community of passionate people. And the last thing was remarkable and inspiring intersection between data, technology, and learning. And isn't that what we want as Globe? That's all. Thank you.